There we go. Alright, hey guys, what's up? And welcome back to the channel. It's been a fair while, I know that. And yeah, it was purely because I just didn't really have the time to film any videos this summer because I was doing a lot of projects for other companies. But I'm currently rebuilding my website, which will be up very soon. That you can check out all the projects I did. But right now we're inside the McLaren GT. Now for those of you who don't know what GT stands for, GT stands for Grand Tourer. So this basically is the McLaren for long distance traveling, the intercontinental McLaren of their series. And you know, we have thicker seats, not like the full carbon fiber seats that we have in the 720S or in the Senna as an example. And you know, we also have a super comfort suspension if you want to just cruise around. And today we're going to just find out how this is to drive. Is it a possible daily driver, and how good of a Grand Tourer this really is. And I have the car all weekend long. We have perfect weather, so as you can imagine, last night I was just cruising around all night and just exploring this car. And yeah, I mean, it's a McLaren, so that's for me a first as well. So I'm really enjoying this. We have a quick tunnel here. So the McLaren GT has 620 horsepower combined with just over 1500 kilograms. It accelerates from 0 to 100 in only 3.1 seconds. And I can tell you, we're just gonna warm up the engine. It's 9 a.m. in the morning, but I'm gonna tell you, it is a rocket. And when accelerating full speed, it's sort of like heading into light speed, if that makes any sense. Because it's really, I mean, it's a Grand Tourer, you know, it plays in the same league with, let's say, the Bentley Continental. And, you know, this is just a much more of a sports car feel when driving this compared to the Bentley, let's say. And this is something I really enjoy about this, because it's super sporty, super aggressive, but at the same time, it's just this Grand Tourer that you can just cruise around, you know, drive to the French Riviera or whatever, and then when you find some twisty roads, you know, you head into track mode or sport mode, and then you can just throw it and floor it. So yeah, this is really cool. The feel and interior wise, it looks really nice. I mean, we have this center console here, which is all digital. Then there's literally this free area here with a cup holder underneath, which is cool. We just have a few buttons, so not too many buttons, which is another nice thing about this car. You know, you can change a few settings, actually quite a few settings. You can change your drivetrain, you can change your handling from comfort to sport and even to track. And you know, you can't just, that's a bit weird about McLaren, you can't just press the track button, so you always have to activate first and then change your drivetrain or whatever. So that's a bit interesting. We also have the launch button here. I'm not going to do a launch control today because it's a customer car, and yeah. Then we have a fully digital driver screen in front of you. When heading to track mode, it changes. You see your speeds, your rev counter, you see the temperature. I don't really know if you can change these settings, but you have your most important things up here, which is cool as well. No head-up display. Is it a problem? I'm not sure. But one thing I really noticed, because today is a super sunny day, is that the reflections you get in your windshield are quite annoying actually. So this is one downside I have, but to be honest, these reflections you really get with almost every car. Then other than that, we have a nice steering wheel, we have carbon fiber, the pedals feel really good, the shifting times are also super quick. We're gonna head into track mode in a second. You know, you have these nice air vents, good quality materials. You have the nice leather all around. You have the Lux pack in this car, which costs 10k, but you get electrically operating seats for 10k. These gloss black parts I'm not too sure about, but yeah, we do see this with a lot of manufacturers these days. Okay, so today is all about driving this car because this is what I really want to do, and we have this really cool glass roof here, the sunroof, and I'm not sure if it comes across in camera, but it actually changes. So when we have a lot of sunlight, it darkens, and when it's quite dark outside, it brightens up. So you get a lot of light in the cabin, from the rear as well. Okay, so how are we gonna change driving modes now? So we're gonna press this activate button here, and then we're gonna put the drivetrain to track. And then you have different settings here. You can also hear the exhaust just getting louder, which is cool. And then we're also gonna put the handling to track. And now we're in track mode. And the exhaust gets instantly louder. We have the 8-cylinder turbos just spooling, sounding so good. And by the way, we do have a 7-speed dual clutch gearbox, which is fairly quick. Downshift to second. Oh. I mean, just listen to the sound of these turbos. This is alright, it's time to give it a quick pull with the 630 Newton meters. We're in second gear. It's a beast, and I mean, it's a Grand Tour, you know, it's built for everyday use. And what's also cool, I'm not sure if it just came across, but it's a full rear-wheel drive car, of course, because of that, but we have the engine sitting just over here behind me, which means we have a super low center of gravity, and because of that super low center of gravity with the rear-wheel drive, we always have traction. Well, pretty much most of the time. So first gear is, yeah, most of the time. But just the way these turbos sound is so good. Just get the window down for a second. But obviously, because the engine is sitting just behind us, we have more space in the front. So we have a shorter front, which is a frunk, just a trunk in the front, and we also have a trunk in the rear. So combined, we do have quite a bit of trunk space in the car thanks to the engine sitting in the center of the car. The truck was quite loud. All right. This is a proper workout. Wow, it's just a beast. But yeah, I mean, as you've just seen in the beginning of this video, I had issues starting the car, so this is one problem this specific McLaren has. As we all know, McLaren isn't that famous or doesn't have the best reputation when it comes to reliability. And it sort of seems like the start button doesn't always work. So I was just trying to start the car, but it just wouldn't recognize the push on the button here. So I'm not sure what the problem there is. But other than that, it's working really well, and it's a great car. And you know, when I first started this whole YouTube hobby thing a while back, you know, I always told everybody that the day I get to drive a McLaren or to film a McLaren, this is going to be the day that I'm like, you know, this is it. I made it, because this has always been my ultimate goal. I'm a huge McLaren fan, and being able to drive this car here, yeah, it just feels really special for me. So this is why I also decided to do a drive video of this car as well, because I just wanted to share this whole experience and driving a McLaren GT. Now the last thing I'm gonna do for today's video, before I'm gonna give you some really cool B-roll I did throughout the time with this car, is we're gonna do a quick 0 to 100. And I'm not gonna do a launch control, I'm just gonna floor it from first gear to see. Alright, so first gear in, let's floor it. Alright, we do it. Wow, already at 100. That was so quick. So we did have a bit of wheel spin in first gear. The tires are warm, but yeah, the road was just slightly bumpy, so might have been that. Ooh, that was quick. I think this must have been the quickest launch I've ever did in a car. Damn. But yeah, so this was it for today's quick drive video with the McLaren GT. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm just gonna cruise around for the day, and I'm gonna probably film some B-roll so you can enjoy that with some sounds and the looks of the car. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot them down below. And see you soon, guys.